Oh, it's over there. Is that the right light, or what's going on? Hello, and welcome to a Filthy Talk, Filthy Lots weekly live panel discussion show, coming to you live from North Vancouver on the traditional lands of the Squamish Nation. We'd just like to recognize the privilege to work, play, and create on these beautiful lands. Comment in the chat and tell us what lands, what traditional lands you are watching from, and if you don't know, look it up. Interesting history and knowledge. Get in there. I'm Trevor Gemma. This is Roz Young, and returning as referee, Ryan Whyte.
Oh, oh.
Oh,
I need a whistle.
Nice duds you got there, buds.
I need a whistle.
You had a whistle last time. Do you not have a whistle?
I did have a whistle.
Yeah.
What happened to my whistle, Trevor?
I don't know. Just say ding ding really loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not going to do that.
Nerd news. Is there anything in nerd news you want to talk about?
I finished watching Invincible.
Oh, me too.
Finished watching Invincible. That was, wow.
Yeah.
What a season.
I didn't even know of that as a comic. So I was like, I didn't know what that show was. I'm very glad it exists. I like the adaptation of comic book to cartoon, because you're not limited by, and I think I don't know if this is true for this show, but they tend to adapt less. Like they kind of stick closer to what was in the comics. It's just now,
Yeah, we do a lot of comic to live action.
Yeah. But something's lost in translation to live action because of limitations. Animation, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn show is a good example of that.
Harley Quinn's so good.
So good.
Yeah, and that's not based on any.
Other comic book adaptation news, Sweet Tooth.
What's that?
It's a comic book. It's being made into a show.
Oh.
Please, everyone check it out.
I don't know.
The news. I saw some preliminary photos, and I showed Matt, and he was like, wait, the actual Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire, who's a Canadian comic book artist.
Sweet Tooth to me is Twisted Metal. It's the ice cream truck. I can't picture anything but the weird, creepy, flaming clown.
The book is great. It's phenomenal. What a sad, beautiful, heart-wrenching, touching read.
Oh.
He's the artist who paired with Gord Downie to illustrate some of his poetry and stuff.
Oh, very Canadiana kind of thing.
So great. Anyway, Sweet Tooth, coming soon.
Cool. I am very excited. I just found out 2 days ago, which is weird. I got an email about it, and I was like, I don't remember signing up to this email list. But it's Dungeons & Dragons has a video game coming out on June 22nd called Dark Alliance, where it's an action adventure, up to 4-player multiplayer thing, team battle, 3D run around hack and slash. And it's Drizzt Do'Urden, Bruenor Battlehammer, Caddy Bree, and Wolfgar, and it looks dope as hell. I am probably going to book some time off work just to play that game and stream it live on Twitch.
In other D&D news, though, Jeff Goldblum in a D&D.
Right, he's doing a podcast as an elf, It
doesn't matter what he is.
It's Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
Ryan.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum has a D&D podcast.
Yeah,
Incredible.
He's like a guest on someone. I don't know. Amazing. Amazing.
Have you listened to it?
Not yet.
I saw, I didn't read the article, I just saw an article that was Jeff Goldblum showing that apparently he's badass at D&D. I was like, yeah, not surprised.
He's good at everything.
But yeah, Dark Alliance, the Drizzt Do'Urden series, The Legend of Drizzt by R.A. Salvatore. If you haven't read that and you like fantasy, read that series. It's the best. It's my favorite book series, hands down, across the board.
Trevor says 11 out of 10.
I'm super
read again.
excited. So excited. And the action in it is what's just unreal. Anyway.
Wait, there's one more piece of nerd news.
Oh.
Ryan had nerd news.
I did. So take this all with a massive grain of salt, because there are many other things that could potentially observe or explain the observed phenomena. But I came across a paper today titled fungi on Mars, evidence of growth and behavior from sequential images. And basically, there was some satellite pictures, and there were some pictures both in the macro and micro scale from some of the rovers that they have had on Mars that show some things that look suspiciously like fungi.
Oh.
There are many other abiotic, meaning not based on life, processes that could potentially explain what we are seeing. I will put a link in the chat. In the article, there's a little thing that says plus 42 in the row of pictures. You got to click on that to see more of the pictures that are actually more of the compelling ones. But hey, pretty interesting. There could be mushrooms on Mars.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because that would be like, I mean, that's life.
It was enough that made, Matt had to click through, and then even he was like, I'm gonna look more into this. Because, you know,
He's a
loves
skeptic.
exobiology biz.
Is he a skeptic? Would we call him a skeptic?
Yeah.
He's an aspirational skeptic. Like me, he very much wants to believe, but is a
he wants
cold,
to
rational
believe.
thinker.
An aspirational skeptic. I like that.
I think I just coined a phrase.
Yeah, it reminds me of inspirational speaker for some reason.
Aspirational skeptic.
Yeah. They don't speak, they just stay at home and go, man, I hope.
What's going on today, Trevor?
What's going on today? Well, before we get into that, we need some more people on the stage. So you know her from various pieces of content on Filthy Lot, and she's been on this very show a couple of times. The very scrappy Cheyenne Rouleau.
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm here. I'm ready to battle.
And appearing on this stage for the first time,
Time.
just a regular-sized adult human, Owen Westley Wong. Oh, yeah.
Hey, wow.
Oh. He brings his own effects, people.
So wasteful.
That was like a
Tasting
wrestling
company?
entrance. That was awesome. Okay, so before we get into what the title of this episode is and everything, very exciting news today about our other comedy channel, A Funny Lot. Cheyenne?
Yeah, we launched today. We launched A Funny Lot,
Woo.
which is AFL's comedy channel. So that's really exciting. We have a few videos up, some ones you might recognize from the Filthy Lot channel, Rap House, and then we have some new ones, some TikToks and some fun stuff. It's great, it's a banger.
Just in time to have thought maybe you wouldn't hear that song in your brain for the rest of your life. Rap House starts playing again.
Yeah, it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not mad about it.
So now Rap House did launch on this channel, but now we're moving all of our sketch comedy over to A Funny Lot, right?
Yes, we're taking it all. It's stars, baby.
Find us on the internet. Make sure to click yes.
Yep.
I have no concerns.
Yeah?
This is gonna be great.
Okay, so make sure you check out A Funny Lot, our other channel. There's also a Filthy Quest line, which is not only on YouTube, but also on Twitch. And as another little side note, this very show, A Filthy Talk, will be, you've noticed it's Thursday. It's live Thursday right now. We've moved to Thursdays. And in the very near future, we will only be live on Twitch, A Filthy Lot on Twitch. If you don't have a Twitch account, just go to the website, sign up an account, same as you have a user account on anything on the internet, and you'll be able to watch there. Now, what's going to happen when we do move live to Twitch, you're still going to be able to see the show on YouTube. We'll post it on Fridays, but on Twitch, we will have a higher level of audience interaction. So look forward to that and check us out on Twitch. And also, Filthy Quest line is our, we live on Twitch, and then we have a YouTube channel that backs up all of our gameplay videos. So, with all that said, it's time for Do It! Fight, nerd fight! That's right, it's back, baby, Nerd Fight.
Oh, yeah.
Nerd Fight 2, the second edition.
Round 2.
The successioning. I don't know. We need a weird name for it. I'm going to start giving these things weird
Successioning.
names.
I like that.
Yeah?
I like it. I like it.
Succession.
Top of the head.
The successioning.
Yeah. So the rules of Nerd Fight are that not very many. Basically, just try to keep it civil. Try to keep it above the belt, and in the end, hopefully we'll all still be friends. We are going to be potentially very impassioned about some things that don't really matter.
We're going to start out as friends.
Yeah.
And end as friends.
We're going to end as
And
friends.
in
That's
the middle,
goal.
it just might get messy.
It might get a little weird.
Like every adventure does.
Yeah, and each of our, everybody on the panel has brought with them a hot take on something that, you know, maybe it's not the norm. Their opinion differs from most people's stance on things, and maybe we'll get a little hot under the collar. So, kicking things off, Owen, what's your hot take?
My hot take, I'd like to start off with, we've all seen The Mandalorian, I'm sure.
Yes.
And loved it.
What a series. I just want to start by saying my hot take is Mandalorian is the best thing to come out of the Star Wars canon, and it still sucks.
What?
And to the point where the best part of 2020 was how much I hated The Mandalorian. I watched every episode. It was great. It made me feel so elitist. I was like, everyone loves this. It's garbage. It's trash. It is.
Oh, okay.
Come at me. I am prepared.
That's a very general statement to just say something's trash. So, what, like, are you talking about the writing or the premise of it? Or
I'm talking story structure. I'm talking Mando lore. I'm talking Grogu. I'm talking cameos.
Wait,
all right?
Grogu?
Grogu.
Grogu.
That is how. That's not what I typed. I swear I watched it. Well, first off, let's start with the story structure. It is essentially. I get that it's supposed to be episodic. They want to keep them like a narrative arc contained in episodes. They end up being space errands. It's the same revolving Scooby-Doo format for each one. Like, we're out of space milk. We got to go to this planet. Oh, you want me to fight this worm? Sure, no problem. And then, big problem, way too many Mandalorians. There are Mandalorians in every episode.
Why is that a problem?
Because the whole thing is like, oh, the Mandalorians, they're dying out. There's no Mandalorians left. And then it's like, yeah, I know Mandalorians. They're down the street. You want to go meet them? There's way too many.
There was barely any. There was like 5.
There was a lot. There was like
five.
the person that made the weapons and stuff. There was a bunch there.
And they all had names.
No, but those ones.
No one called them the racial slur of Mando.
I can't even, I'm having trouble processing the start of all of this. It's like I blacked out instantly, and I'm still catching
Came in strong.
Okay.
Came in hot, yeah.
The ones. So, but did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole
Their
thing.
spoilers are on the table here. So. That was a cult. Those weren't proper Mandalorians from Mandalore. Those were a cult of like extremists that were adopting people and like making them always wear a helmet and like weird.
Yeah, he's
freaky.
like the Jehovah's Witness of Mandalorian.
Yeah, like they were weird. They're not traditional
Like
Mandalorians.
he meets other Mandalorians and they're like, you want to join our crew? They're like, you keep doing your own thing and not interested.
Well, you okay?
No.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Wait. Story structure wise, so you don't enjoy any of the elements of classic Western brought to the tale of, because like space Western is such a fun thing about a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Did you like Firefly?
No.
Okay. Well,
Well,
I don't have anything else to throw on the ground that aren't in my notes for later. Wait.
there's a towel, but don't throw in the towel. It is a fight.
well, let's move on to Grogu.
What?
Absolute terrible, terrible person.
Fuck you.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
One of the major scenes is like, I'm just gonna eat a bunch of eggs from an endangered species, and everyone's just.
He's a baby murderer.
Baby.
What if he's a
have you ever,
Sith?
have you ever hung out with a baby?
Well, then why is his first task to rewire the entire ship? He doesn't speak English, and then all of a sudden he's like, I need you to get in there and do this really complicated thing.
He's 50.
Mando was like telling him what to do.
No. Here's the thing. We saw Yoda, so he ate freaking eggs. Do you eat eggs?
Not of endangered species that I've never eaten before. I'll never eat an egg unless I've already eaten it once.
I feel like
That doesn't make any sense.
So you like
Honestly,
eat an
I feel
egg
like-
and then you throw it up and then you re-eat it?
Then I'm ready.
your hatred of Grogu liking to eat feels fatphobic.
He can eat whatever he wants, but not endangering the lives and species continuation I can't remember what they were called, and they were
Yeah, so
really,
you don't care about them
They
either.
sucked. I didn't like them either.
Yeah, so screw them. Eat their eggs. They're meant to die.
All right, you know what? I will concede.
The egg thing.
Screw those characters. Whatever.
Did you ever see Yoda eat? He was making some sort of stew and killing stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the plot of the script was based around like we had to preserve these eggs.
Maybe that species is an oblivate carnivore species
I think we're
that
getting
only eats
distracted
protein.
by the egg thing. I have more questions about.
Why I hate Grogu? I can keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Defend your position, sir.
why is it a puppet? Why a puppet? I get the nostalgia. Don't get me wrong. I get like,
'Cause
oh, the
puppets look
last
better
Star
than
Wars
CG.
was puppets, and no one complained that Shrek wasn't a puppet, but most.
I take offense to the fact that Shrek was not a puppet.
You're saying Shrek? Shrek's in a completely CG universe.
He ate eggs all the
He
time.
should have been a puppet in the CG
have been a puppet
universe.
in a
Brings me to my
CG
argument.
world.
Well, this is Shrek 5 now we're talking.
And the level of puppetry, like, it has been 30, 40 years since that puppet came out, and it was like, you can do a good puppet now.
He's fantastic.
This is not fantastic. This
That's how babies move.
It's almost as if they should have had like that brick wall, like that goes up to your waist, like in Sesame Street. That would have been more appropriate for the level of puppetry that.
What
Orgy
the hell?
How?
I'm sorry.
wounded.
You ever make a puppet? What's your level of animatronic professional?
Can't even
living
tell.
here?
I'm not
really fair
saying.
because it's not his job. It was their job to make
It's
the
their
puppet.
Yeah, and
job.
they made a fantastic
I
puppet
could
that the
do this.
world
I
fell in
could
love
do
with.
this. That was a very limited range. I don't know if he had he's 50, right? So maybe he has like some bone disease we're gonna hear about in the third season. That would make a lot of sense. That would be canon.
Osteoporosis Grogu.
The level of movement in his face is fantastic. It conveys a more believable emotion than any CG character I've seen.
I nominate Andy Serkis to play Grogu in season 3. I'm just worried he doesn't have enough work, and I need to make sure that Andy Serkis is okay.
Is there anything about The Mandalorian, the show, that you did like? Like the music?
No,
Wow.
the music was just noise for the most part. It was just tones.
Such good music.
It was great.
No,
Really good music.
no, and
What did you want? Like electro funk?
I would have appreciated the effort of electro-funk in Star Wars. Let's
They're not on
let's not just
Nar Shaddaa.
recycle
Come
the
on,
same
man.
ideas, guys. What are we doing here? I want some house music. I want some throat singing. We're gonna do some cultural things. What about their music?
Someone over there just dying.
What the hell?
Okay.
So you want to break the overall tone of music that's what? Okay.
It's not canon music. I want to hear it How about some diegetic
Right.
songs?
Right, so-
Like the Cantina Band. Nothing. It was just spooky score.
Well, but they were actually a band. Otherwise it's a score to places. Otherwise you just get
I don't
have
remember.
silence.
I don't remember the music. It could have said Pond 5.
No,
the
it
whole-
went
the whole way through. Audio jungle.
Okay. Wow. So,
God.
so you went into this not really being a fan of Star Wars.
But I watched every episode.
With
I
Ben?
think I watched the first season
Yeah, with
twice.
Ben. Were you hanging out? Were you texting Ben? Were you texting Ben the whole time?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Shout out to Ben.
I'm sure he's in the chat.
I see what's happening here. It's a coalition against Star Wars.
How did you feel about the end scene with Luke Skywalker?
Oh my God! I didn't even.
Would you
prepare
rather
for
they
the
made a
end.
puppet? Or did you like the CG Luke?
You know what?
'Cause that
I
looked
think
like
it would have been
trash.
better as a puppet.
Wow.
I think that
Although-
would have been a good choice to use a puppet because what a letdown! Just deep fake, whatever his name is, just showing up for wonder what's gonna happen
He
next.
faked whatever his name is. He faked whatever his name is. Owen Wong.
played by
Mark
everybody.
Hamill?
I have an app on my phone that does just that.
I think that they should, and there's been online movement on this recently, to the point where even Mark Hamill has piped in that Sebastian Stan should play Luke Skywalker for any continued stuff.
He should apologize
What?
But then he should keep doing it because it's already started, you know. Whatever.
Sebastian Stan should apologize for what?
For
Winter Soldier?
For not being a puppet.
For not being a puppet? What's happening?
You did this. You
You played yourself, Trevor. You played yourself.
I love it.
All right, moving forward.
You're
Cara
fighting method is very
Dune.
unorthodox.
Cara Dune has set strong female leads back by 10 years. That's how bad that role was.
No. Cara Dune didn't. Gina Carano did.
Gina
Yeah.
Carano
That's
set
very different.
strong
That
That's
has
very
female
nothing to
leads
do with
back,
the
but
character.
her personality
I'm
trait
not
was she
super
was a
defending.
strong
She was
female
just
lead.
just strong. Like
Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
like
it.
strong.
Yeah.
And I love that
But
she
she was
represented.
Her backstory is rich.
Yeah, and like when I saw her on screen, like without knowing that she was an asshole, I was like, yeah, like I want you to throw me against a wall.
Yeah,
But like then,
same.
yeah, and then I heard and I was like, well, now I can't enjoy this at all.
I've been. Yeah, it's disappointing.
I don't know about you guys. I'm small. I've been thrown against a wall. It sucks. It's awful.
Not when Gina Carano does it.
That would suck even more. I wouldn't be here talking about it.
No.
It's like tree trunks, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her fight, Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was a fan of Gina Carano way back in
I was
the
going
day.
to say from the chat, I think this is what she's alluding to, but I believe Jamie is offering to throw anyone against walls that wants to be thrown against walls. That's our HR person.
hands up.
Nope. We're gonna just move right on. We're gonna move right on from that.
Oh crap, we haven't set up a
married.
timer for this, have we?
That's okay. I'll keep going.
Let's do it. Wait, before you continue, space errands. So, what would you rather it have been? Like, do you want it to always have to be, you know, high-level government stories in Star Wars that it's like, and then you always have to have a Jedi, or
It would
what?
be like in Breaking Bad, it's like the whole episode is about like, we need more pans. We got to go to the pan store. And then the pan store guy, it's closed. And then they got to go help the pan store guy so they can get pans so they can make meth. Like, it's just completely irrelevant from what's actually happening.
Much like this point to the Mandalorian.
Yeah, so like we got to kill this worm so we can get Beskar. But Beskar, it's so rare. Everyone has Beskar over their mantle. Like, I got this Beskar paperweight. You can have it if you kill this worm that looks like something out of the P&E.
So, that armor in particular was like a full suit. That was Boba Fett's armor, what we're talking about, with the worm.
Yeah, sure, but then there's little pieces of Beskar that like everybody has. It's like
It's not everybody. People just know that Mandalorians
kind of
are
like shark teeth.
after
but
it.
They're not that expensive. You can buy them.
Shark teeth.
Okay.
It really feels like you've tried to buy shark teeth before.
I owned a lot of shark teeth.
Oh, is that legal?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Speaking
Yes.
of endangered
Yes.
things.
As far as I'm aware, yes. My attorney says yes.
Wow, that's a good hot take. I disagree, and I think The Mandalorian, while maybe not a perfect show, is a very good show.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people enjoyed a lot of aspects of it, ourselves included.
What did you enjoy about it?
Every episode I was entertained for the entire time. I very rarely looked at my phone during the show, which is a nice
sign.
bonus for me,
And a sad new standard of living.
right? I use that as a good benchmark.
Yeah, that's
Did I
fair.
look
With
at my phone?
cameos? Oh, when there's a cameo, I have to go on my phone and be like, why would Bill Burr do this?
Why was Bill Burr in it? It wasn't a cameo. It was a recurring
he
character.
was acting so hard. It was embarrassing.
In his Boston accent. Yeah, it was, I'll give you that one. That was weird.
What was wrong
And
with Bill
Tom's,
Burr? I thought he was all right in
Nice to
it.
see her in an episode.
Yeah.
Also, a criminally underutilized Giancarlo Esposito as a bad guy. Like, just never enough screen time. With
I
that
think
guy.
we need to do a whole other season of just Amy Sedaris' character.
Yes.
Yep.
Right? So
Wait,
good.
who was Amy Sedaris in it?
The like,
She's on Tatooine.
yeah.
She's the.
She's like
mechanic.
the ship
Oh,
droid
right.
mechanic.
She's got a lot of
And
it.
Carl Weathers plays Carl Weathers from Arrested Development. He's just the guild guy. He's always talking about like, yeah, the guild will approve of this. You're good with the guild now.
You got yourself a stew, baby.
You got yourself a stew, baby. Take some bones out.
So, you're making me laugh a lot, but I do disagree. Certainly, it's not trash. It was a very good show.
I mean, as a camera and cinema aficionado, I would think that you would be thrilled thrilled about the filmmaking of this show.
Yeah, the fact that they made it with the Unreal Engine and all the like
No,
virtual
because
studio
the
stuff.
problem, big mistake was showing the concept art at the end. And I was like, that's good.
What the?
Okay, I thought that was one of the best parts. Like, I would sit
Exactly.
and watch
It showed how many concessions they actually had to make for the show.
What the crap are you talking
It
about?
was so cool.
So, read a comic book then. It's like you want to
Hot
come
take,
up
it should have been an animated
stylistically-
series.
What? What?
No.
What? Okay.
What about the main actor? Because he's a treasure and adorable. And
I love him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was all
I'm
right.
glad we saw his face, but for a guy who can never take his helmet off, he does it a lot.
Yeah, he was.
That's actually
I mean, that was a whole thing to like set up the fact that you've been raised by this weird extremist cult that we all look down upon, and they all take off their helmets. Like that was actually made for a pivotal moment, like building up all that crap about not taking your helmet.
But it
off.
wasn't like I renounce anything. It was just like, fuck it, I'll do it. Like, okay.
Well, because he's realizing that his whole upbringing was a lie, like most religions.
Hot
No,
take.
I need to be beat over the
Want
head.
to take a
I want him to
drink
say
from
it out
that
loud.
tall glass.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Wow. What does the chat think?
They think that you should probably move on to the next topic.
I got more.
Thanks, Ash.
It was Ash. Oh, well, I did want to say Ash is someone who always kind of poo-pooed on Star Wars, and Mandalorian was a show that actually got her interested for the first time.
Yay!
So, it is the best thing to come out of Star Wars.
You're still talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, Cheyenne.
My hot take is that Batman sucks. As a character, as a concept, I hate Batman. I think he's bad. He's a narcissistic sociopath billionaire, and I hate him.
Okay.
Do I have to disagree? Because
No, you don't have to disagree.
Not with these good points.
about those sweet dishes.
So,
This is wow. People
Where
are
to start
coming out
there?
with like they came for us.
Exactly.
oh,
Where do
that's
you
fine.
start?
Bring it.
Okay, let's break it down.
He's got wealth and power and means. And instead of distributing that wealth and like creating long-term
lot of money.
sustainable programs and help for Gotham, he builds himself a cave, a man cave,
He didn't build the cave. He found the cave.
whatever.
He
Irrelevant. It's
Wait,
found it with a bunch of
the
cars in
cave.
it.
We'll wait.
The cave is bad. He builds himself toys,
Bad.
and then he thinks that he can go and just like do all the stuff himself. And he brutalizes common criminals, which is not helping. That's like a fucking cop move. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay?
Narc.
He sucks. He feeds this narrative of like mega powerful men single-handedly being able to like be the ones that come in and rescue things. I think I don't like superheroes. But I
he really bought his way
don't
in.
like Batman.
Okay.
Okay.
You got opinions
There's
about
nothing
Batman.
that's special about him except that he's rich.
So the first thing you said there about rather than using any funds, are you aware of the Wayne Foundation?
I am aware of the Wayne Foundation.
Are you
but
aware-
this is philanthropic capitalism. This is trickle-down economics. This is bullshit.
No, it's not
yeah.
trickle-down economics. It's
He was the
using
star
part of
of
that
every
wealth
Wayne Foundation.
to create not just the Martha Wayne Foundation, but the Thomas Wayne Foundation, which funds medical research and awards and has facilities within Gotham for free health care.
How much?
And
What
the
numbers?
Martha Wayne Foundation, which is family-oriented for at-risk youth. There's orphanages, has art grants. Just grants for art, which, there's no return on that, so that's not really communist trickle-down. That's taking this chunk of wealth, and sure, I'm doing my vigilante crazy shit because I'm not denying that he's a sociopath. He totally is. But he's not murdering and just doing evil things. He's also not just hoarding wealth. He is using it to better the city. And despite that, there's still absolutely insane supervillains that the cops can't do anything about, so he's doing it himself.
Okay, but he
Like
also
how Jeff
spends.
Bezos pays his employees $17
we-
Jeff
an hour.
Bezos is not Batman.
They did a breakdown of all the Batman stories and sort of a budget of what it would cost to sustain yourself as Batman.
Yeah.
$86 million, and that does not include the foundation work.
That sounds
So
cheap.
Per
this is-
day, per
86
week, per month, per
This is a
year?
year.
Okay.
Oh, that's a year?
That's cheap.
Yeah, okay.
Woof. I feel like take all those toys that you're building.
But like, okay, so he's a billionaire, and he's probably like that's not like. I'm sure there's investments. There's Wayne Enterprises that's also is capitalist and making money. So that amount, 86 million a year, that's not affecting his ability to do radical
But
change.
that
otherwise.
in the hands of the common criminals who are stealing things because they're poor. Do you know what I mean? Like this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
about
I mean,
redistributing.
he could do more. He could certainly do more, like
Yeah.
create a universal basic
Narcissist.
income. Like he could actually do that within his own city, but
Yes.
he'd have to go through the government and shit. And like, so there is even storylines of within his own foundation, like his own charities of someone who was managing the funds plotting to kill Bruce Wayne because he wanted to steal their money. So there's even corruption within there because money is power. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Who
so
wants to kill Bruce Wayne? I kind of like this guy.
yeah.
what?
Who's this Bruce Wayne murderer? He might have the
That's
right
the
motive.
real vigilante.
The guy who was he just wanted to kill him to steal the money. That's not good. He was
And
doing
do
the
what
worst
with
thing.
it? And do what with it?
Steal it.
And start the stealing foundation for killing.
He just wanted to fuck off with it. He just wanted to be rich.
What does anybody
don't know.
want to do with their money? Like, what would you do with $86 million?
I don't know, but I wouldn't have a cave full of toys.
86 million. You
Wouldn't?
surprisingly
No.
couldn't. I mean, I'd have a cave full of toys. Why not?
I mean, I think 100% that's what everyone ends up with $86 million is a cave full of toys.
Right.
86 million's not going to solve many problems. Honestly, it's not.
But
The
if-
But
That's
neither
smart.
is dressing up as a bat and punching guys.
that
His-
you know,
his-
sometimes violence is the answer.
His approach to
Okay.
supervillains is like the cops arresting homeless people. Like it's not
Yes.
it's not, you need to go to the origin stories, find out why are they nuts, you know?
Also, I have another point about why I hate him.
Okay.
I feel like his tactics are not dissimilar to that of gang recruiters. And I'm talking about Robin.
Let's
Young
talk
boy.
about Robin.
Oh, no.
Young boy, okay, no means, nowhere to go. He's like, come with me. And then just puts him in into a life of
He
violence.
takes them out of school.
Takes him out of school. Fuck this guy. Gang.
Thank
gang
you,
talk.
O'Brien. I hear you.
It's bullshit.
Okay.
Okay.
And no. Whose
which-
idea was Robin's costume? Really quick. I don't want to go
Which
too much
Robin
into
are we
it.
talking about?
I really want to know. I really hope that it was all Robin's idea.
I hope so too.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Creeper.
It might have been. Maybe don't kink shame.
Yeah.
You know?
He was a child.
Which one?
I want to wear
Robin.
tight little
Which
shorts.
Robin?
I
There's
don't
like five.
know.
I never
don't
heard that
care
line.
enough about Batman to know, because I think he sucks.
So your exposure level to Batman as
Yeah.
well, though, is probably mostly film.
Yes.
Okay.
Cartoon series? Animated series from the 90s?
No.
Oh.
I liked to have friends.
Oh, ouch.
I'm kidding, I didn't have any.
I said no low blows. Yellow card.
You know what? In the nerd fight, we all acknowledged that we were independent people, and we did our thing.
I had.
And we like what we like.
I'm so sorry.
We like what we like. We like what we
kidding,
like.
I'm not.
Some of us liked Batman, and some of us,
No.
were
I actually don't like Batman that much. I'm just defending. I'm just playing devil's advocate because it's fun. This is nerd fight. It's not nerd. Let's all
yeah.
agree.
But I think where the because you're interested.
That's fun, though.
You're interested in complex stories, and I think the films are probably just reductionist for you.
Probably.
And I think in some of the comic book stories and some of the animated materials where they have more time in a longer type, of storytelling version, I think they get into a few more of those things. And I think the character, and I think Bruce Wayne struggles with some of the things that you're bringing up.
They go through
What
his
am I
budget.
as a person?
Yeah.
I mean, I think even Lego Batman does a pretty good job of.
Who am I?
I think like
best
for
Batman.
me, it's just it's always represented like the essence of like the narcissistic capitalist white male ego.
So do you think that you dislike Batman, or do you think you dislike a lot of the people who love Batman?
Probably both.
I mean, he
There's
bought
a,
his way in. I mean, I don't
Yeah, it's like
understand.
Iron Man too. He was just like, I don't know. I just feel like he's not interesting at all.
There's an alternate universe, like a different Earth storyline where he never became Batman, but he became a businessman that does good, and where it is just about him using his money to try to save the city.
I mean, at least in the new game that's coming out, it's no Batman, and it's all the characters, like the characters
Oh, I
around
forgot
him
about that
are the
game. That game
heroes.
looks dope.
Right?
Yeah, it's all the,
I mean, maybe people agree that they're a little bit, maybe Batman, you just take a break, buddy.
So
and let's tell some stories of some other characters who also exist in Gotham, which is a really rich world that is complicated. It is a
Do you
very
have
great
problem
place.
with vigilante justice?
I do if they're all their like arch nemesis have like clear mental issues. He's like, I feel like I shouldn't be fighting this person right now. He never says that. He's just like, I thought the Joker.
Yeah, I do think there's an essence of vigilantism that's like, that is very narcissistic. Like, it's just not community-minded. Like, it pretends to be community-minded, but you actually do want to be the hero that takes
Like
them
the
down.
bad side of stolen
But what do
valor.
you do when there's like Mr. Freeze? There's a guy who's developed a freeze gun, who's running around
To save his wife.
killing people to save his wife. Come on. And he's killing tons of people, freezing them solid to steal money to try to like what do you do? The cops aren't doing shit, and you have the means. Like, you don't have superpowers, so it actually takes more courage for you to fight this guy. And what are you going to rely on? Gadgets and armor. Like, and also he's.
But you also have Superman's phone number.
Yeah, but he's busy.
Hit him up.
Gotham's my city.
And he's always at these like social events. Like I feel like he's just doing it for the likes and he's doing it for the subs.
Sit down and have a convo with him. Just sit down. Why are you doing this, man?
He does try that, He does try to stop it. He doesn't
To
always
try
go right
harder.
to just fist.
What, in the Dark
try
Knight where he just
harder.
slams the face on the ground when they're like, they're.
Oh, right.
having a
Sorry, we're
one-on-one.
talking about just the movies. Yeah, the movies he's pretty lame.
Yeah, I haven't read I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read the comic books. But from the movies that I've watched many Batman movies. I'm just like, this guy sucks.
Yeah. I mean, he's not great. He's really not. I do agree with that in the fact that, especially in the movies, that there's so many holes, but it's also that, Bruce Wayne is the character he puts on, and he's playing the part of everything you hate.
Yeah.
And he is Batman. But Batman is a psycho. He's totally a psycho.
Yeah, he's definitely a sociopath.
But he's also a victim of trauma, and aren't we all?
That's true.
Yeah. So maybe he just needs a hug.
This is, to conclude, no more fighting. Everyone just hug.
And also, don't shame someone for dressing up like a bat or a cat. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
That all rhymed.
Right, Dr. Seuss.
What's up, Ryan?
I got a chat pitch. It's from Natasha, and it's a Batman show where Batman is a literal vegan fruit bat, and he breaks other animals out of factory farms.
I love that. Let's make that.
yeah.
Can we make that? I love
Fruit
that.
Batman.
I love that very.
Fruit Batman.
Fruit Batman.
Fruit Batman sounds controversial.
Or fun.
It's super fun.
Isn't everything
Super fun.
where you discuss
fun.
Batman going to be controversial? Because the gatekeepers of nerddom out there, especially the superhero nerddom, they're quite they're vigilant about their gates.
Yes.
And they care a lot about, if someone was like, Batman's going to be black in the next movie, I think there would be quite the internet stir.
It would, and for no great reason. I mean, it's totally plausible. Who gives a
Right?
shit,
You just,
really?
right? It's just
I
real.
will say the times when I find Batman most interesting is not when he's just punching his way through things, is when he's the world's greatest detective. Because he is an excellent scientist. He's the second smartest person in the DC universe, next to Lex Luthor, which again, another rich white guy. But he's evil.
If you give me some comic books that are cool Batman stories, I will read them.
Yeah, but when even in the movies though, I still think Michael Keaton's the best one because we did see an aspect of him not just relying on toys and Lucius to make him bigger weapons and hack everyone's cell phone. He was actually sitting there breaking the chemistry code of the Joker's toxin to tell everyone oh, don't mix these products because that's what kills you. And that was him that did that, not someone else. So that kind of thing was community minded.
Why doesn't he hire people and do it sooner? He's out fighting crime. He could have a team of people working on this. He doesn't delegate because he wants the credit.
He's a bad delegator.
Yeah, he doesn't delegate.
He
He's
is.
a bad delegator.
He doesn't really trust anyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why Robin.
Go to therapy, man.
Yeah.
Fucking go to
I mean,
therapy.
He did in Batman Forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they banged. It was him and
Well-
Nicole Kidman. It was Val Kilmer.
No.
I mean,
No.
a lot of people just, a lot of people like Val Kilmer
No.
as Batman. I mean, wouldn't we all need therapy after we lose Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman from our lives?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Woof. That was a lot. I can't believe you brought a Batman comment to our nerd fight with a little of this act. Very brave. Very brave.
Thank you.
I'm very.
I don't shy away.
Trevor's
from
not a
issues.
Batman fan, though. He's a Joker fan.
That's right. Yeah.
If you said the Joker sucks, Trevor, I don't know what would have happened.
We can get into it. It's fine. People are allowed their
still be
opinion.
Let's circle back.
I may
Let's
not
do
agree
Joker.
with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it, and then I will argue against it.
You got a lot of inventory of knowledge here.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what time are we at? Just quick check.
6:10.
Oh crap. Okay.
Yeah, 20
that's
minutes.
good.
We gotta hustle.
So,
We gotta hustle.
Thank you for bringing that hot take.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure your opinion has not changed.
Nope, I still
No.
think he's dumb.
But
That's fair.
But we're open to more information. And
I am
perhaps-
open to more
Perhaps
information.
we can slide you some cheeky comic books that might change your mind.
Yep,
We
I'm
should
open.
ask Kedrock, because he has read, I believe he claimed to have read every single Batman comic since he was introduced.
I don't believe.
So like the new 52 point, I think. So like 60 years of Batman or more.
Wow.
So ask him for like specific sort of stuff, and maybe he can give you a curated sort of Batman experience that might be.
or
of
you
years to
will
have
be able
abs.
to change his mind.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just do something better with your life.
Oh,
Fair. Very fair.
You know,
Nerd fight.
I like the way you painted your walls. I saw them on Zoom and I was like, that's great.
Thank
That's
you.
probably better than trying to like Batman more. Okay, Roz, what's your hot take?
I was going to argue that Samantha from Sex and the City is the Hufflepuff of the group. However, I decided that everyone would just disagree with me because that opinion is correct. So, she is. Charlotte's the Slytherin, and she
Yes.
can fork off.
Charlotte's the Slytherin.
Charlotte, 100%.
I've worked
Everyone
with
here
Charlotte.
would
She's
agree.
a Slytherin.
Yeah.
Charlotte's a Slytherin. So instead, what I'm going to argue is that the animal that
Nothing
I'm
wrong
about
with
to
being
show you a little clip of, as much as I love them,
You can bring clips.
I think it's time to let them go. Alex, can you play the video? Yep. They're dumb. Why? We're spending billions of dollars.
Billions?
Billions to save these guys.
Oh, look at
I mean,
What a jackass.
yeah.
This is
I
horrible.
mean, they are hecka cute, guys. Hecka cute. I just feel like maybe we're trying too hard to save something that we can probably
Trying to kill itself.
Something that seems to want to die.
I think we can let go. It's time to let go. Let go.
Oh, that was perfectly timed.
Yeah, thank you. So, oh goodness, Ryan.
I was
Ryan.
going to say, if we're going to spend so much money on keeping all these fucking pandas alive, why don't we just start eating them?
I mean,
No one's tried it.
No,
It
no,
might
no.
be the best.
It's because they don't mate enough, so we can't.
they're hard to reproduce.
It could be the
No,
bluefin
the problem is
tuna
they're not
of
hard
hairy-
frequently enough.
And honestly, no judgment, but they do have one of the smallest penis sizes relative to their body size, which makes mating difficult. So not only are they dumb because
Now
they're
I've changed my whole opinion and I empathize.
okay, so
No wonder they want to die.
they're not the smartest amount. They're so cute and I love them so much. I'm not saying we should actively go out and hunt pandas. I'm not saying that.
Kinda did.
But no, I'm just saying that
Oh,
maybe
Ryan
it's
did.
time that we just stop trying so hard to save them as like a single animal conservation effort. They are considered an umbrella species because they are cute, so they are charismatic. So
Wait, an umbrella species?
yeah, so we're trying to save this charismatic representative species. And so we put a lot of energy and effort and money, who knows how much China spends because I tried to look up those numbers and they won't tell you, to save the pandas. So they basically preserve a bunch of habitats that are panda specific. But they're focused so much on the one species that they're not focusing on saving that habitat, they're focusing on saving the panda. And so a lot of studies are like, it's great, we're spending all this money and we are saving the pandas. And they are. They have been moved from, what were they? They're now listed as vulnerable instead of endangered. So that's great. There are more pandas around than there were before.
So now we can start hunting them.
Maybe
Maybe
but
they're not good eating.
some
Maybe
studies
they are,
show
and
that-
it's taboo. No one's talking about it.
But some studies show that
good.
we're doing it at the cost of other species in those habitats because we're not looking at it as preserving those habitats. We're just trying to make sure the pandas make it. So like even the other like cute animals in that area, like snow leopards, those populations have declined in those areas.
What about red pandas?
They are also in the they're not vulnerable. They're like one stage up.
Okay,
I have
good.
a counter argument to this.
Interesting.
And that is that throughout my life, I have often been compared to a panda. I am very clumsy. I'm probably not going to be a good mom. I need a lot of work to keep me alive.
Yep, that's a panda.
So are you saying that people like me don't matter?
I'm not saying you don't matter. I'm just saying we shouldn't spend billions to save you.
Yeah, I would agree. And you made it personal,
we can
but
spend
I'm
a
going to
little
say
bit.
that we shouldn't
little
invest so much money in saving people. My other hot take that's not going to be this, but I think that in the long term, the pandemic might be looked back at as the best thing that ever happened to the human civilization because it's a catalyst for a lot of change. But that's not going to be my hot take. So talking about pandas.
Wait, a couple more things about
Make me
pandas.
value human life.
and-
We're
and-
not allowed to
and why
talk
they're
about
dumb.
that?
So let's save Cheyenne because she doesn't poop 40 times a day.
No, I don't.
And
On a good day, on a good day.
Honestly, after the penis thing, I don't want to go through a list and compare myself to a panda. Thank you.
62 pounds of poop
A day?
a day because they still have digestive tracts that are bear-like, but they only eat bamboo because they're dumb. So because they only eat bamboo, but their insides are designed for like meat, they are or herbivore or carnivorous. They're really carnivorous. They can't digest bamboo very well, so they have to basically eat bamboo all day, constantly, in order to get enough. But that they don't, because their insides aren't designed for it. They don't digest it very well or absorb nutrients. So they they absorb something like 20% of the nutrients from bamboo, and a deer who's also a herbivore would absorb like 80% of the nutrients.
So would the pandas just
So they
die
have to
out?
they just poop it out and keep eating, hoping that they'll get enough nutrients. And it means they can't hibernate like other bears because they literally don't get enough nutrition.
They are an argument against evolution. It's just like,
Or
would-
maybe
how did that
evolution
happen?
would have been like also good with them just like.
dying out. Well, I mean, we
we
Five
aren't
pandas.
dragging them out
don't
of
we lose
extinction.
species at like the rate of 150 a day?
Mostly it's human fault though. And this one is like.
No. There's
Human fault, like we're-
more species have died over time than are alive today. Like there's when you're considering everything from insects to like I was looking up a stat and it's like 150 a day. That we
Imagine
lose.
how
add
many
one
bugs
more.
we
It's
could save.
accelerating due to human
We could save
interference.
so many bugs instead of saving pandas.
You'd rather have a world filled with bugs than like a few pandas?
No, but everything's dying out anyway. Like, if they're going to die out regardless of our interaction, like if we just stopped doing anything, like leave their habitat alone, but we stop trying to actively force them to mate and that kind of shit, would they just die out? Because then they're supposed to die.
That's right,
That's
Trevor.
fair.
Keep them in zoos, keep them in cages, but get them out of the forest.
But the problem with zoos.
No!
So the problem with zoos. I mean, other than that, zoos are trash a lot of the time. The cost to keep one panda costs 5 times more than the most expensive other animal to keep, which is an elephant.
Is that because of the amount of bamboo they eat?
Yes, and their habitats, it's a whole thing. They're really awful.
It's a total parallel
And
to the
they're
prison
so
system.
cute. They're so cute.
They are really
and they're
cute.
just wonderful animals, and they're really like, they tumble down hills. But they
Why
are
don't you wanna do-
awful moms.
Have you done that?
Oh, I've tumbled down a lot of hills. I have fallen. I fall off things that you shouldn't be able to fall off of.
Just like you're a bear that can climb a tree, and then you fall right out of it every time.
Yeah. I got real little ankles.
So
Handsome.
I don't
You
really
roll
have.
well. If you
I
roll
do.
well,
I do roll well. I'm a series of circles, and it's great.
Your argument is very well thought out, and we have survived the disappearing of many, many species. In fact, just today. So I agree with you.
I mean, I would be extremely sad. I love pandas, but I just think we can preserve the habitat, and if they make it, great. If they don't, we still have red pandas.
Let's just preserve their
Fair.
memory. You know what I mean?
I
Fuck 'em.
will run.
Bronze.
Pandas falling out of trees.
Just rolling in slow motion.
Can you play that at my funeral?
We can replace
Done.
all the Civil War
you.
monuments with pandas, and then we'll remember them.
Aw.
That's great. I like that.
See? World problems have been solved here.
They can be dressed
Here
as little
today.
soldiers, you know?
Filthy talk. We're solving the world's problems.
Cheers.
One nerd fight at a
That's
time.
3 for 3, guys.
Luckily, I have convinced everybody that the pandas should die. So, Trevor, what's your next move?
Yeah, death to all pandas. Hashtag death to all pandas. Except for trash pandas. Let's keep those too.
I love those. Also, garbage.
My hot take is that they should, I think Disney made the wrong call. I get why they did it, but I think that the character of T'Challa should be recast. I think that I have no problem with Shuri taking up the mantle of Black Panther. I'm not talking about the Black Panther character. I'm talking about the character of T'Challa, because we only got to know him a little bit, and I absolutely loved Chadwick. He did an amazing performance. I wept when he died, and I know that he's way more important to more people than he is to me, but it was still important to me. But even more so, I fucking love that character, and there's a depth of involvement of that character in the overall MCU that now won't be tapped into the MCU because they're choosing to not recast that character. And I can't think of another example of a character that is now, retired because an actor died. Like, I don't think it's the right call. It seems like political posturing for just to look good when it's like they could recast him. I'm not saying recast him right away. Don't do it for Black Panther 2, but they could do it down the line.
And
Bring
you
him
think
back.
and they said they're never going to do that?
They said that out of respect to Chadwick passing, that they weren't going to recast T'Challa. They didn't say what they're going to do.
Ideally, for you, how would you want it? You'd want it like a totally, we see his face, and we just have to get over the fact it's a different guy, or would he be in the suit all the time?
No. We'd see his face. They already did it with Don Cheadle and oh God, what's his name?
Well, they could Paul Walker him.
No, but in the MCU, the guy who was War Machine, the guy who played Brody in the
Have a
MCU.
fact checker.
What?
You have a fact checker.
Yeah, what's the actor's name? I can't think of it. The guy from Hustle and Flow. Terrence
But
something?
I guess
Terrence
All over it.
Crawford, Terrence
Oh,
Davis, Terrence Mann. No.
Howard?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence
That's
Howard.
the one.
Okay, so he was that character first, and then he asked for too much money, so they recast him as Don Cheadle, and that's how we got War Machine.
That's not the same thing as dying, though.
No, it's
Yeah,
not the
there's no
same thing as dying.
respect for the
but-
guy who was
but-
like, I want more money.
Sure, but
Or
we
like
recast
Cara
the
Dune.
character. He also wasn't as iconic. He's War Machine at no point is ever as iconic as T'Challa, as Black Panther is. That character has so much more to offer.
Yeah. It's an interesting point. I feel like it feels like an unprecedented thing, though. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm sorry.
Victory! No.
I kind of, we do, I'm not saying that we shouldn't make more superhero movies or anything, but, maybe we don't need more of that character, and retiring a character leaves us open finally to make a Squirrel Girl movie.
You can have both.
I'm just
no, no.
saying, there's so many characters that we could make movies about, and if
Isn't
we
it
want to make a
worse
decision.
to not have, Black Panther as a movie was fucking incredible, not just as a movie, but what it meant to society. And isn't it worse to not continue
It was good.
that?
But they're still continuing the universe of that, which is what is like the community.
Yeah, but why not continue the character?
So
Just
are
because an
you
actor died.
offended by would you be offended if they just CG'd Chadwick Boseman? Hot take.
I think that's
Andy
probably more
Serkis, I'm
disrespectful.
nominating Andy Serkis to play T'Challa in Black Panther 2.
Oh my God.
I will say that as an actor, I feel like those are really big shoes to fill.
Sure.
And
But I think that there's probably an actor out there who could do it.
I'm not saying there isn't an actor there that could do it. I'm just saying I feel like that would be they would have to leave that untouched for enough time for
Sure.
the community.
And
to
I'm
mourn.
okay with that,
Yeah.
but I think how many Spider-Mans have we seen? How many Supermans have we seen? How many Batmans have we seen? Why
Let's
can't
stop
we
that for
see
Tobey
more than
Maguire,
one
though.
T'Challa?
personally.
Why isn't there more Tobey
I
Maguire?
stopped at their Tobey Maguire. When they started changing it, I'm like, nope, signing off.
It's always the Tobes for me.
What is the chat
He's
thing?
coming back.
He's got those admirable, like, nerd abs. That's what I'm going for.
Nerd abs.
We're mostly talking
Chat
about
have
sending
opinions?
pandas to space at this point. So
Sending pandas to space?
yeah, we're still.
I mean, we might as well give him a
Couple of
shot
topics
at
back.
something else, you
Yeah.
know? Try him on Mars.
Send her
It
to
might
Mars
be,
and
you
see
know?
if they eat Mars fungus.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
they
say
might eat
maybe,
Mars
maybe
fungus.
that's what they've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah. A slightly higher nutritional value, and panda populations will skyrocket.
Yeah.
Ryan.
I got a hot take of my own.
Ooh.
Sure. Wait. So no one's really arguing against recasting T'Challa? I'm surprised.
Wait, so you're saying we should recast, and the rest of us
Yes.
are saying, I'm saying why bother, and you're saying maybe later.
Yeah.
And I'm saying Andy Serkis.
It's a pretty well-rounded argument.
I think I want to hold on. I'm not done with this. We'll get
Give
to
it
you
to
in
a white
second.
guy is all I'm saying.
Why bother is because of the depth of experience that T'Challa still can have within the world. The parts that he has to play, like stuff that they could draw from the comics, not that they go exactly to the comics, but like marrying Storm and her becoming the Queen of Wakanda, having him become part of the Illuminati. Like when they have, there's the.
But do we need him to tell a Storm story? Can we just tell hers without the dude?
Sure, but I wouldn't do that right away anyway. I wouldn't use T'Challa to introduce Storm. I'd have her own independent story.
Aurora's a great character.
Well, with the X-Men, really. Like Storm wasn't Storm until the X-Men made Storm. But have her story and then have them fall in love. Just because there's a dude doesn't mean that her worth is based on his. In fact, they end up breaking up. Like they end up having an annulled marriage. Spoiler alert. But
Not as
happened like years ago.
I just feel like there's so many other great characters in the Marvel universe that, you know, if we're going to retire someone, that's okay. We have so many.
It does feel like the most respectful way to do it.
I think it's really weird. I think it's weird because he did a great job, but he's just an actor. He's not fucking saving lives. He's not out there like curing cancer. He played a character from a comic book. Let's keep the character alive. Why not?
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Good point.
I feel like we need a movie away from him, and then people would like.
Yes,
People would see like the franchise is like strong on its own.
Yeah.
And then bring him back.
What happened in the comics is Shuri took up the mantle of Black Panther because you eat the little fruit and then you got the thing and now you're Black Panther. And then when T'Challa actually came back, he made his own pact with the Panther God, and they were both the Black Panther at
So
the
then
same
he became
time.
a warlock.
What?
He made a pact with the god.
Like a D&D warlock? Yeah. Yeah.
I just relate to things I know.
Fair enough. But at that point, he becomes like super smart and like has more powers. It's just. I just want T'Challa back.
It's okay.
What's your hot take?
So my hot take is that Fortnite is more culturally relevant than Hollywood.
Then what?
Than Hollywood.
Hollywood.
We saw it with the Oscars. Nobody cares anymore.
I think if you asked the average U.S. 10 to 15-year-old to name the, top 3 box office grossing movies or 3 Oscar-winning movies, they couldn't do it. If you asked them to name every single character in Fortnite, they could do it.
But that's a niche demographic.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the next generation. That's
It's not just a niche. It's
But also, like, they had 30 million.
You could ask every 5 to 10-year-old every character in A Bug's Life, and they don't know the Oscars. What's up with that?
But also, they had like 30. They had 30 million concurrent viewers watching a concert. They've had events that have had 50 to 100 million concurrent users on the platform at any one time. I mean, those are numbers that movies, TV shows, they don't get.
Yeah.
But aren't we really just saying that video games are bigger than movies? Which we already knew.
I'm kind of specifically calling out Fortnite as a cultural force at this point.
Yeah, but Minecraft is the biggest video game of all time.
I think there's something to be said about people wanting autonomy over the story. So like people like playing within worlds and being able to make choices and having like autonomy over the way that story goes. And I think what we're seeing with Hollywood is because you know, especially in the last 10 years, we've been really deconstructing our heroes, like who we all know and who we all talk about as just like very flawed people. I think the who is telling the story right now is affecting whether or not we want to see it. And I feel like having the own personal autonomy in a video game is probably more culturally relevant.
Yeah, we've seen superheroes with baggage. Now we kind of want to show our own baggage in video games. I get that.
Do you want to talk? Do you have things to share?
Nope.
No. Okay.
We want to show our own baggage. So, I think to a degree you might be right. I don't think that necessarily it's more relevant yet. I think that it's a sign of what's to come. I think that we've hit the point where our generation and the older generations are phasing out, and I think that Hollywood took a huge hit this year.
Yeah.
Not being able, like, cinemas are probably done.
How many Oscar nominees did you watch?
I didn't watch the Oscars. I stopped watching the Oscars years ago.
But how
I
many,
think
like,
I think
nominated
award
films?
shows. This is a hot take. Award shows are self-aggrandizing nonsense.
Yeah.
And they're completely unnecessary.
Just a bunch of Batmans in a room,
Yeah. Voting for other Batmans.
voting for other Batmans.
This is my favorite Batman this year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now you get to be part of the Batman club.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Bunch of Batmans.
It's such nonsense.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, I think the People's Choice Awards would be like the only thing that holds weight because it's actually like the audience saying this is the thing we appreciate.
Yep.
And that's if those were conducted properly. And do those still exist? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Remember
Thinking
the
about
Teen Choice
surfboards.
Awards with the surfboards? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hang loose, baby.
That award is
I like
big.
the MTV Movie Awards were always my favorite ones just because they were fun.
Yeah.
And they had characters like things like best villain, best
Well,
fight scene.
what's the one where they get slimed?
That's the show.
But I think it is
I
a
think
sign
Owen
of
might
things
be
to
a
come.
time traveler. I don't understand.
Big fan of uh-oh.
Okay. Just,
Sorry, what? Time travel? What?
I don't know where Owen's like massive references, like the box of.
I lost my memory like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So I remember The Bug's Life.
Okay.
I tried to watch The Mandalorian. I don't have Disney Plus anymore.
Okay. So The Mandalorian is bad because it was not A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to see like a fully articulated thesis, like essay about why the Mandalorian's bad because it's not A Bug's Life. I would like pay really good money for that.
I got you.
Get
I got
typing,
you.
kid.
I got it right here.
Oh, dude, you got a Dell.
I got Adele.
Check it out.
Okay. Well.
Thanks a filthy lot for my Adele, dude.
Okay. Ding ding. Oh, that's the sound of the bell.
Oh no!
So I think this round or this instance, I don't know what to call it, of Nerd Fight has come to.
Whatever this is over.
I'm glad we
It's
settled
been
it.
a lot of fun. I have been laughing very hard. So thank you guys for being here. So we did a little affirmation. We're all good? We're good?
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Cool. Still
I'm not that
friends?
good at arguing anyway.
Love
I'm
it.
an only child.
What?
I'm not very good at arguing. I'm an only child. I have no one to argue with.
Oh, you just got your way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, well, thank you guys for being here for Nerd Fight. Thank
Anytime.
you guys for being here for Nerd Fight. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, comment, let us know, and maybe there'll be a Nerd Fight 3.
I have so many more hot takes. I have a lot of hot takes.
I only got through half my Mando material.
So again, make a Twitch account. Check us out on Twitch. We're gonna be live on there. You can still watch it on YouTube. Until next time, stay filthy. Oh, and subscribe to A Funny Lot.
Stay funny.